HTTP or Hypertext Transfer Protocol is the underlying protocol used by the World Wide Web to define how messages are formatted and transmitted, and what actions web servers and browsers should take in response to various commands. It was created by Tim Berners-Lee back in the early 1990s when the internet was still in its infancy. This network protocol standard, as the foundation of any data exchange on the web, is what allows web browsers and servers to communicate through the exchange of data using hypertext links.
HTTP is also known as a stateless system, which means that it enables connections on demand. So how does HTTP works? But before we begin, let's explain what clients and servers are. Clients are often browsers such as Chrome and Safari, but they can be any type of program or device. Servers, on the other hand, are most often computers in the cloud. And here is an example. HTTP request and response. A client sends an HTTP request to the web, and a web server receives the request, and the server runs an application to process the request. The server then returns the HTTP response to the browser, and lastly, the clients receive the response. An example would be the browser requests an HTML page, and the server returns an HTML file, or the browser requests a JPEG image, and the server returns a JPEG file. All browsers have a built-in XML HTTP request object, or also known as XHR. This is a JavaScript object that is used to transfer data between a web server and a web browser. It is often used to request and receive data for the purpose of modifying a web page.
Application layer is a seventh layer in OSI models, an application that communicates with other computers that correspond to the application communication service. In addition, OSI model is a conceptual structure used to express the function of a networking system. As an application layer protocols, HTTP remains focused on presenting the information but careless about the way this information travels from one place to another. Unfortunately, this means that HTTP can be intercepted and potentially altered, making both the information and the information receiver vulnerable. Application layer main functions such as transport access and management, mail service, virtual terminals, and others. You might wonder, how is the application layer connect with HTTP? The OSI model is the whole model of protocols networking, in which our protagonist, HTTP, is above the TCP, and the application layer is the user interface responsible for displaying received information to the user. It's matched with the application layer.
So let's start with HTTP first. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. This protocol is allowed for communication between different systems. It is most commonly used to transfer data from web server to browser in order to allow users to view the web page. This protocol is used for all early websites. And next is HTTPS. HTTPS stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. The problem with the regular HTTP is that the information that flows from web server to browser is not encrypted, which means that it can be easily stolen. HTTPS remedy this by using SSL, which is Secure Socket Layer, to help and create a secure encrypted connection between web server and browser, thereby protecting potentially sensitive information from being stolen as it is transferred from web server to browser. For more clarification,
Sum up easily, HTTP is the basic fundamental elements of the World Wide Web, which allow the fetching of resources such as HTML document by sending a request and response protocol by a specific request method of transmitting hypertext. It is the foundation of allowance between any data exchange on the web browser and the client-server protocol where a new website is hosted. Response will be sent directly from the server as a transfer protocol in the reconstructed subdocument fetch, for instance, text, layout, description, image, video, scripts, and more. HTTP can be leveraged by cyber attack as it has no TLS or SSL certificate and encryption to ensure the authentication.